Hey guys, what's happening? So getting back into Ultimate Black Panther for issue 15, it's here where we learn more about this dark vibranium conspiracy after what we saw go down in Nigeria last month. So to look into it, we got T'Challa and Ororo teaming up, which was Killmonger's suggestion after all. But with that said, if you're enjoying these videos, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell up top to get all notifications. Alright, so coming back, this picks up in Abuja, Nigeria, where we follow scientist Dr. Adi, who's basically making his way home at the end of his day. And even though at first we're not told a whole lot about this guy, there are signs that he's financially well off, which implies that whatever he's working on, it's likely something very substantial. But as he gets closer to making his way home, back to his condo, we're shown glimpses of what's already taking place inside, which is definitely not good because there's blood everywhere. And as soon as Dr. Adi gets home and he sees this, he panics and he calls for his wife Lupa, only to get a response from a stranger who tells him, "You weren't here, doctor, so we punished Lupa. She's dead. Nothing I think you want to see." So of course he asks the stranger who they are. So they tell him, "A complicated question. This body is a glove, but I am the hand inside of it. And you found our gift, doctor, and you want to use it to make things we do not approve of you creating. You rejected the gift given to your ancestors. You want to master it, but you need to serve it." And I gotta say, it's rather interesting how some mysterious person is using the body of someone else to speak through and send a message, especially with it being delivered through a body that appears to have been dead for some time, who closely resembles the CIA agent from North America named Helen Fortin, who we saw attacked by the progenitor. But yeah, much like before, this is delivered in a way where Brian Hill just wants to drop the breadcrumbs. So as this continues, more things will start coming together. But this person goes on to tell the doctor, "Your wife misses you. Join her," just before sending this guy out the window. And after this, the following night, we head over to Nigeria's Office of National Security, where we find T'Challa and Storm in a meeting with a Nigerian bureaucrat by the name of Mr. Ola, where the two of them are requesting for Nigeria to hand over the dark vibranium they have in their possession. And at first, it seems like T'Challa's once again run into the issue of being an unknown king from an unknown kingdom. Because at first, Mr. Ola's like, "Wakanda? I don't know what this is." So T'Challa tells him because it's been hidden in isolation. And he needs this done because there's a threat to both of their nations. But this Mr. Ola guy, he then says, "Tell your woman to sit. She makes me nervous." And that's when Storm tells him, "I'm not his woman, bureaucrat, and I can do more than make you nervous." So T'Challa comes back in and he continues to address the matter at hand, straight up saving this guy, and he don't even know it. And just as a reminder, this team up, or dare I call it partnership, between T'Challa and Ororo, this is coming from what we saw in issue 14, when T'Challa asked Killmonger to be his general, because T'Challa needed to step away and investigate the dark vibranium. And at the time, T'Challa also told Eric that Okoye would help him. And just before that conversation came to an end, Eric told T'Challa to take Ororo with him. And this is why, going forward for a while, we're going to see T'Challa with Ororo and Eric with Okoye, which falls in line with what we know is going to happen at some point. But right here, T'Challa tells Mr. Ola, "Nigeria is in danger. You have possession of an element that we call dark vibranium. Base vibranium is a technological asset, but dark vibranium is something different, cataclysmic. I need possession of the object to understand its properties." And Mr. Ola swears he doesn't know anything about this, because he's like, "So today, a man from a kingdom I've never known of comes to me and tells me to give him something I've never heard of." And T'Challa sees right through this because he corrects him and he tells him, "A king from a kingdom. You have been given evidence of my legacy." So Mr. Ola's like, "A king, very well, but I do not have this dark vibranium." And at this point, Storm, she's tired of the games, and she tells this man to his face he's a liar and likely a fool. And the funny thing is, we already know that Nigeria is aware of the dark vibranium, because recently we saw one of their generals working with the Americans who were providing funding for the Nigerians in connection to their strike teams, who at one point we saw heading to a specific location with the intention of taking a dark vibranium object. So as it stands, not only do the Nigerians have dark vibranium, but they're also working on something with it. So Ororo is absolutely right about this guy with everything that she's saying. So T'Challa calls this guy on it, because he goes on to tell him a man named Adi came in contact with dark vibranium. He is now missing, along with a CIA agent from the North American Union named Helen Fortin. And last night they killed one of your leading scientists. They know what you have in your possession, one of the oldest relics of dark vibranium in Africa. My ancestors built a kingdom with this element, and I have seen the secrets it holds. You need to give this object to me today. And it's basically T'Challa saying, stop playing games. We know what's going on. We know you have the dark vibranium, so give it up. And Mr. Ola still tells T'Challa no. which are his last words, because right after that he gets sniped through the window behind him, which leads to a really cool moment with what Storm does here, because while the sniper's looking through the scope into the window for his next shot, she just tells T'Challa to close his eyes before she lights the room up, blinding the sniper from the other rooftop. And I know it's not an insane display of power or anything like that, but even still, in any of these moments where we see Storm use her powers in clever ways like a spy would have to, I just enjoy every bit of it. But just after this, we see the sniper's already got a bike on the rooftop, as well as a ramp set up for his escape. Like, this dude had the whole thing planned. But I'll admit, when I saw this, I was like, man, what if his vision was still kind of messed up and dude totally missed the ramp, flipped off the bike, and still went through the window of the next building just to land on a lower floor? Like, that would have been crazy. And it would have messed up his whole routine, because after going through this window, this guy's already got a rope ready on the same floor to get him down to the ground. And at this point, T'Challa and Storm are already on the move. So when the sniper gets down to the ground, he catches T'Challa's foot right in the face. And at this time, we see T'Challa wearing the older Panther suit, which we saw him switch over to in the last issue, since this suit has no vibranium on it, because he wants to make sure that the whole dark vibranium situation's handled before he suits up in another vibranium Panther suit. But after catching up with the sniper, next, this dude draws a pistol. So T'Challa tells him, you people always put so much faith in guns. And I gotta tell you, in this moment, it was a relief to see that this legacy Panther suit could still block bullets, because I'm not gonna front. In the back of my mind, up until now, that was something that I was worried about. But fortunately, he has that covered. And as expected, he's able to give this sniper a run for his money as far as hand-to-hand combat. But things get dicey here when the sniper throws a live grenade at a group of innocent bystanders while responding to T'Challa saying, and you people are never willing to make sacrifices. So T'Challa quickly goes for the grenade and he tosses it in the air so no one's harmed. But as the sniper is getting away, and I mean, I'm sure T'Challa could have ran this dude down on foot, but he just tells Aurora here that they need him alive. So she quickly and easily stops this dude by dropping some lightning nearby and tossing him into a truck. And so T'Challa walks up to the guy, he's like, hey, you alive? And the dude just kind of groans or whatever. So T'Challa's like, all right, good enough. And after that, they take this guy to a secluded location so they can tie him up and ask him a few questions. And when T'Challa wakes this guy up by just splashing a bucket of water on his face, you also have Storm who's providing light for the whole interrogation or whatever. But I gotta say, if I was this guy, I would have been mad nervous if I was tied to a metal chair soaking wet with some lady holding a ball of electricity in front of me. I'd have been like, hey lady, back up. But when this dude wakes up, T'Challa says, this is where you tell us who you are. And the first thing this guy asks is, are you Americans? And Storm just says, do we look like Americans? But they end up finding out really quickly that this guy's actually the brother of Addy. And it was either Addy or Adi. I'm sure I've been jumping back and forth. But his brother was the crazy, capable soldier who was basically the last man standing, at least until things got otherworldly. Back when we saw the Nigerian strike team go after the dark vibranium. And when they ask him why he killed the bureaucrat, Mr. Ola, he tells them it's because Mr. Ola sells their nation to the CIA, and his brother's dead because of him. And because of what he's seen and what he knows, this guy basically tells the two of them, whoever you are, you cannot understand what's happening, because he believes after what he's seen that it's not going to make sense to anyone, which is probably why he just got active. So T'Challa tells him here, let me try. Nigerian authorities discovered an element of great power. Your brother went missing because he was sent to retrieve it. The Americans want to claim it for their own purpose, and none of them know how dangerous it is. And that's when dude looks up, he's like, fair enough, you do understand. So who are you? Which leads to T'Challa and Aurora introducing themselves. Starting with T'Challa, who tells him he's King of Wakanda and the Black Panther. And Storm's just like, I'm Aurora, I control the weather. And it just confirms even the more that they're not Americans. But even still, before they go any further, T'Challa calls this guy out because earlier he was ready to kill innocent people just to escape. So he tells them that he knew they were going to protect the people. He just did it to buy himself some time. But Storm's not buying it. So this dude looks up at the two of them and he's like, he's dressed like an angry cat. Either you are insane or you're trying to symbolize something heroic. So help me stop them. Symbol, I know my brother is dead, changed by it, him and the American woman, and I know what they are now seeking to find. So given what they know at this point, T'Challa thinks that they're looking for more vibranium relics. So T'Challa tells this guy that's likely what it is, and he lets him know that the dark vibranium has a consciousness inside of it, and that it's gripped his mind before. So he assures him that his brother is not himself. And that's where this guy hits the two of them with some mind-bending new information. Because he says here, they do not seek relics, they seek what we found, an affront to God herself. It's not a relic, T'Challa. What has been found is a gateway. So yep, that brings us to another cliffhanger, which I know you guys love, but let me know in the comments where you guys think this is heading, or what do you think's on the other side of that gateway. Is it the Wakandan ancestors? Is it Earth 616 with Miles Morales finna come through? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, cause those always help the channel out and I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, this whole living vibranium situation, it's causing me to be very curious, and not just with the reveal of this dark vibranium gate, but also with the American Union being involved. I can only imagine as we get closer to the Maker's return, more of these story threads are gonna start connecting at a much faster rate, which is why I'm glad we're covering everything. And so now real quick, I want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you guys for all of your support. And for anyone who's new here who wants more information on how to support the channel, I got a link below where you can go to patreon.com/dopespill. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and we'll do it again on the next one. Alright, later.